welcome to YouTube World. This is Johnny Mo coming to you with this video response to Stanley Genadek's question. Also, I want to apologize for not putting out another video here recently, and the main reason is because we started a project here at the house. It started out with just doing some carpet in the living room, some new furniture down here in my office, and a kitchen dinette. Well, then it turned into a new roof. That new roof turned into bad wood, and then the bad wood, and then it turned into doing the garage roof, and then it turned into new gutters. Oh man, it's just crazy around here, man. Last 2 weeks. But you know what? I was so blessed, honestly, to handle everything cash. I was able to pay for the roof, the gutters, the garage, everything, furniture, everything completely cash from this business. And you know, I watched, you know, George Packard's video about how some YouTube advice is garbage, and you know, some of it is, but I have to say, I'm not $1 million business, my friend, but I was able to pay cash for every single thing I did. And that means that I know my numbers, I live within my means, and that's the most important part. It's not if you're $1 million business or not. It's not anything about that. It's all about you determine if you're successful or not. And he'll probably never watch this. I also noticed in the video he never answered anybody's questions, so he just put out a video and just basically left everyone hanging on what his thoughts were. So I was a little disappointed in that. I figured a man of his stature and size business and the way he conducts himself that he would have, you know, at least answered some of those questions. Those were legitimate questions. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a lowly old guy out north of Pittsburgh, baby, but repaying cash for everything. And so good feeling. Just, you know, the way I grew up, guys, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the projects. I grew up on the worst side of town. And, you know, to be able to get to this area in business, 19 years, and to be able to put a new roof on, it was our first real home project. We really have never done a job that big before. So it was just really a good, it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling, like we tackled our first real big project of the house. And so it was just nice, you know, here you go, you know, we paid everything cash. But in this video, this is a video response to Stanley Genadek's questions about toros and all this and that, but I'm going to put in another Johnny Mo special. In this video, not only did you get a video response from George Packard, not only are you going to get a response to my man Stanley Genadek, but you're also going to get the reasons why I like 60 and 0 turns over standards. So listen, from this point on, if you're easily offended, I would go ahead and not watch any more of this video, because I'm sure I'm going to offend somebody in the next 4 or 5 minutes. And these are my opinions. You got to remember that I've been mowing grass since 1996, and I've used a ton of equipment. In the last 10 years, I purposely bought different brands of equipment to finally find what I think fits my company the best. Remember, I'm cutting Kentucky bluegrass, fine fescue, and ryegrass. That's the 3 dominant mixes of grass up here in the Northeast. It takes a very special deck. There's only a few companies that can really handle that type of grass. One of them's Toro, one of them's Exmark, one of them's Ferris Snapper Pro. I've had the Skag. It struggles. It's too much for that particular brand. That brand, I like the brand. Skag, I like how it's built. It's the best striping mower I've ever owned. I've never owned a mower that stripes as good as the Skag. It's just hands down a striping machine. It just cannot handle when that grass grows 7-8 inches in a week and you're trying to take it off. It can't whip it out the side. It just clumps it out the side, and it doesn't shift it out far enough. It just plops it on the side. Not a good quality cut, according to Johnny Mo, baby. Now, here are the mowers in order that I consider to be the top of the line. The rest I will never touch ever again. Number 1 mower, Toro Turbo Force, whole way through the line. Number 1, hands down. Number 2 is Exmark. Exmark would be number 1 for quality of cut. The only problem it has in the morning, it's too much clumps. Can't do that. But you get the drier times in the afternoon, and you get it in the right circumstances, boom, you got a great mower. Number 3 is Ferris with the ICD deck. There are some qualifications to that ICD deck, but the ride of the Ferris can actually put it in the number 1 position. If you have a bad back or bad knees, you might want to consider a Ferris. Strip the back rubber plate off, because that thing will cause that not to have a good quality cut. That rubber part, here's the reason why. Because right now, when you're cutting some coarse fescue grasses, which is very popular in hot weather, and you're cutting crabgrass, which right now crabgrass has sprouted and is growing different ways. It's expanding out. What will happen is when it goes over the deck, the rubber piece will lift up the crabgrass. So when you get back and you turn around, it looks like you didn't cut anything. Striping kits are bogus. I don't own one, never will. I can stripe a lawn using anything. It might not be a deep stripe, but by the time a month goes by, my lawn will be absolutely striped. So you got to strip that off. I went to a lower lift blade with the ICD deck. Now, 3 is Ferris. Number 4 is Snapper Pro. Snapper Pro, same thing. Rip the back rubber mount off, that striping kit. Rip that off. It's just no good. Put a suspension seat. On every single mower that I've talked about, you need to have a suspension seat. Number 5 is Skag. The reason why I put Skag in there, even though I didn't have good success, I think that once it dried out a little bit, I think the Skag would have did just fine up here. I like the way the Skag's built. I like the technology. I like the Skag Cheetah with the suspension platform riding. I just demoed a Toro with a My Ride, and it was a good system. I just thought it was the handlebars needed to be adjusted a little bit, because I kind of felt like I was out here because it's such a bulky platform area. But I didn't have, it's just a dealer setup. I didn't have time to play with it. I'm sure if I tuned it into me, it would be perfect. But my favorite riding mowers, my favorite for the ride period, is this order: Ferris, Toro My Ride, and Cheetah. If you're looking for ride, those are the 3. I love the rides of those. I use a suspension seat on all my mowers. So take my advice: Toro number 1, X-Bark number 2, Ferris 3, Snapper 4. If you're looking for ride, Ferris 1, Toro 2, Skag, Cheetah 3. Skag, Cheetah, and the My Ride, I think you can interchange them. I really like those 2 mowers both. I have a Toro 3000, absolutely love it. Has a suspension seat, deluxe suspension seat, love the mower. Still not as good as a Ferris when you consider riding. And if you're going across a rough terrain, you want to get something that's more suited for that. Now, let's get on. We're going to do it all in this video. We're going to talk about standards versus 60-inch zero turns. First of all, 60-inch zero turns, and I'm going to use Dan Trimmers as an example. Watch his videos, and I watch his videos where he went from a 42 or 46 John Deere, and he went up to a 52 John Deere walk behind, and his time is cut. He's plowing through these lawns, and he's like, wow, I got all these lawns cut. Well, number 1, because he went from a small machine to a bigger machine. Number 2, the mower that he was using, it was a homeowner. Honestly, the homeowners just don't cut it. They cut it when you first start, but it ain't gonna cut it when you gotta go boom, 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 boom. You gotta knock them out. Not enough speed. So 60-inch, I won't go above 60-inch because 72 has some scalping issues, and it takes a special mower to move grass from 72 inches over all the way out. I've never rode one that's done it very well. And I'm talking about when you're cutting, 6-7 inches off. And that's what we do here in the Northeast. This ain't no playing around up here in the Northeast. We don't play games. Grass don't grow like this every week. It grows like this every week. And we gotta cut it and go. We gotta make some money, man. But anyway, standards versus sit down. First of all, a 60-inch zero turn will get you done quicker. You get one with 10 mile an hour, and you just get up and go. For me, there's no other way to go. I'm not buying a 52. I just sold my last 52. I thought it was going to be a good niche mower. It's not even close to the 60. I'll blow it right out of the water. Anything less for me, I'm cutting acreage. I'm not cutting in the city, and if I am cutting in the city and they don't like it, they don't like the 60-inch zero turn, then I don't cut for them. What I can do in the townships for $40, I can get 25 in the city and weed whack more, use a push mower more, cut it. Ain't gonna happen. All right, now, standers. The reason why I don't like standers, when they first came out, I tested them. They've come a long way. Their speed's come a long way, but so is their price. I paid $9,200 for my Toro 3000 series with a 29 EFI engine, and I went to go look at a Skag V-Ride, a 52-inch, and it was over $9,000. So I get to sit. Now, when you're doing a stander, you know, you're doing a stander, and you got a platform with spring loaded, and you're cutting a lot of lawns. What you're doing is you're banging your knees and you're banging your lower back. It's just not healthy to do all day. I'm not going to do it. It's awkward. I'm 6'2". I'm standing over it. I don't like it. It's not fast enough. It's not even close to a zero turn. Oh, yes it is, Donnie. Yes it. No, it's not even close. I've raced them. I've raced a Toro Grandstand versus a zero turn. I was down the block cutting grass before the thing even pulled up. They're not even in the same ballpark. The Gravely's do have a 9 mile an hour. The Z Killer for Gravely, no, I mean the Z Killer from Wright Standers is a very fast mower, but the deck sucks. Stay away from Wright. I'm just my opinion. The deck's quality of cut, being able to cut grass and knock it down, it's just not good. To me, the best positioning is a Wright Stander. They have it patented to where I think that they are the best position-wise. Once that patent runs out and everyone else can put that platform right where they do, I think the Skag and the Toro are the best two on the market. I think Toro's cutting is better. I think the ride of the V-Ride is better. Just my opinion. And Skag stripes better than Toro. But I would choose Toro. Now, you know, I was watching Donamo's video ways back, and he had 2 videos showing, you know, why choose a stander. And I'm going to tell you, I will never choose a stander. You know, he had a backpack on his back, and he was going down the driveway and blowing. I just turned the blades on for that. I'm not going to sit there with a backpack. I just turn the blades on, and I lower the deck, and I go up the driveway and come down the driveway. That's how I blow the driveway off. That eliminates that. I'm not going to stand on a stander. No, stander. He also used it to move mulch, which I thought was a very good idea. I can do the same thing, but I use bulk mulch, so I actually set the bags on the the platform, and I just drive it. So, you know, that's just the facts. You know, I'm not going to buy stander. I don't like them. They are better on the hillside than a zero turn. What Stanley was doing in that video, I could not do with my Toro. I wouldn't even attempt it. To be honest with you, I'd either push mow it with the 30-incher, or I would not even take that lawn. I do have some lawns that have hills, but my Z goes really nice. And the stander is just unproductive. I'm about speed, comfortable, get in, get out, get going. I just don't believe that a stander can outperform a zero turn, especially that I've actually rode them, tested them, wrote field reports on them. I know all about the standers. The newer ones coming out, pretty nice. They're getting the speed up there. It's just not for me. I want to sit and ride acreage. I don't want to sit ride, you know, standing, banging my knees all day long, banging my lower back. You bang your lower back on a suspension seat, but if you get a good one, it's a nice, comfortable ride. And when you get off, you feel good. Just my opinion. Again, if you're easily offended, just chill. People always ask me, why Johnny Mow don't like standers? Just don't think they're very productive. I really don't. I think you can do a lot more with a 60-inch zero turn than you can a stander. The speed-wise, the comfortability, you can mow longer, you'll feel better. And believe me, I've tested both. I've had them both, and for me, it's not even a competition between the two. If you can mow it with a 52-inch stander, you can mow it with a 60-inch. There's not that much of a difference, guys. And 60 will get you done quicker. Just look at Dan's videos on the time that he's saving just because he grabbed a 52. Now imagine if he grabbed a 60 and what that would do. I've seen some of his lawns. I'd 60 them in a heartbeat. you know. But hey, that's my time. We did a lot of stuff in this video because we ain't playing around. This is Johnny Mo, and I approve this video.